Johnny is continuing his quest to find the best player's distance iron of 2024. And in this video, we headed over to the PXG London South store for Johnny to be fitted for the brand new PXG GEN7 irons. Experiential fitter Miguel was on hand to help us out with all things PXG for this iron fitting. Let's get straight into the video and see how Johnny gets on.
So we are getting fit for the new GEN7 irons today.
Correct, yeah.
Christmas for me, because I've got down to single figures, which is always nice.
Congratulations.
I'm assuming we're going to kind of have a look at these XPs, see what fits best.
Correct.
So can you give us a quick chat about the tech involved with these?
Sure,
firstly?
yeah. So basically the slight improvement from Gen 6 to Gen 7 has been visually, you can see that the tungsten weighting that used to be at the back of the club is now internal. Okay. So it's been positioned a little bit more on the toe side, just to balance the club up a little bit. We've also put a titanium ring around the housing for the weight, which increases CG, which just allows us to actually do a little bit more with the iron. Big difference has been actually in the material inside inside the head. So we've gone from X-Core 2 to Quantum Core, which, as our engineers described it to us, they actually made the polymers into a ball and just bounced them. And Quantum Core came up a little bit higher. So it probably has a little bit more elasticity to it. I'm going to try you initially in the P. Now, being very similar to the iron that you're currently gaming, it's probably a like for like. The XP is going to launch maybe a little bit higher and be a little bit more downrange. I had kind of in my head when I was kind of on the website looking at it last night, I was kind of thinking potentially a combo set, so maybe like XP in the long 4-5 and then P down from there. So with that we can do it. Obviously there'll be loft adjustments at the top end. Because the lofts between P and XP are different. But yeah, we can certainly have a little play with it. Fantastic. All right. Give it a hit. Yeah, just hit a few. Still just tugging it. Okay. Do you have a preferred shot shape? So is that very normal what you're seeing? So that tends to be I'd say my normal shot shape now is a little bit of a fade. I've switched actually in the past year from hitting a draw to hitting a cut, just because I find it a little bit easier to control. But the bad one, obviously occasionally you get that one that just kind of drops out the air and comes short right. But more often than not, my one that misses the target is kind of just a touch left. Starts left stays straight. And stays left. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, fairly decent strike. So I mean, I can see that the part of the club is very much across the line, so you're swinging it out to in, which is fine. If the club faces half of the path, that will come back. So immediately, the first thing that I'd want to do is keep that swing weight. Because it's clearly working for you. You're hitting the ball out the middle. This is pretty exclusive to PXG, the fact that we can actually, and I'll quickly give you a demonstration of this. We can pretty much put any weight in at the back of the club from 2.5 grams to 20 grams. Just to achieve swing weight. Now, most companies that don't have an option of doing this, the most they can ever put into a shaft, which goes into the barrel, is 8 grams. Wow, that's a big difference. So any more than that, it changes the CG of the club, the centre of gravity. Because the weight goes directly behind the sweet spot, it doesn't affect centre of gravity. So we can actually increase as much weight as we need to find a weight that you can swing efficiently and find the middle of the club. Sounds good. It's super important to make this shaft flex. So that will happen more if you have more weight at that end of it. Okay, so if you imagine the shaft with no head, it's not going to flex. It's not going to flex at all. So even this, which is a 105 modus Tor in a stiff flex, I can probably load that shaft more for you just by changing the weight. Okay, cool. That also has an effect on things like deflection. But we're not seeing that. No, I mean, so those have both been pretty similar, haven't they? Fairly stable shaft. Cool. So Let me just change the head.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to try and keep to the same swing weight.
Okay.
Which is D2.
Sure.
We might have to go up. We might probably go up. We probably won't come down from that because you're quite quick.
Okay.
So just give me 1 second while I swap this head over.
Quite quick.
Okay. So that's the first one that's really started right of target.
Oh, yeah.
So providing that it's starting left of target,
that will hopefully
that should work a little bit better.
Right, okay.
But again, just take 3 or 4 shots just to get used to the club because it will feel a little bit different.
That was skinny and rank.
Oh,
wow.
That's a really nice strike.
Yeah. Felt like that maybe is just going to... Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for,
So
like, on a consistent basis.
Now,
for sure.
now that's back to the numbers that we had originally. So it's 177 carry, 5/8 spin. Smash is good. I mean, the efficiency is pretty good. This will be interesting.
So this is
because
going
it's
to start
starting
left.
yeah. But you can see that black line on the ground. It is trying to come back.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just, so your path there was 6 degrees out to in, and the club face was 6.3 degrees.
Yeah.
But
Just start hitting
a superb strike again.
straight a ball. Come on.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay,
So
interesting.
at this point, what I would do, although I'm happy with the shaft, I'm happy with the length,
Yeah.
I'm happy with the lie angle-ish.
Yeah.
As a safety net, I would probably only go 1 degree flat instead of 2.
Yeah.
Because you would probably see that moving less.
Yeah. It's going to tighten it up a touch.
It will just tighten it up a little bit more.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The only thing I want to do is try a different shaft, just to try and...
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy to try anything. When I got fit for my irons, I think I actually got fit for 115 grams.
It's funny, I was just going to do that.
They said it would take about 6 months to come.
Oh, yeah.
So they said, are you happy at 105?
We don't have that issue.
Yeah.
But you know what? During COVID, it was impossible to get shafts.
Yeah.
Modus was impossible. KBS was impossible.
It was literally just after COVID. I think
Yeah.
it was summer of 2020 when I got fit, or
Yeah.
start of 2021, so that makes sense.
So this is the Dynamic Gold Mid 115. We find that this works quite well with this head.
Okay.
So this is more of an experiment from my point of
Yeah,
view,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
the thing is you're so homed in with that because it's what you gain.
Yeah, yeah.
You know how that's going to load, how it's not going to load.
Yeah.
I just want to try something different.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because if the numbers are slightly more stable, then...
I'm always open to change.
Well, let's see. That will probably feel a little bit more solid.
Yeah, I felt like it came a little bit
Out the
low
heel.
off the
Yeah.
face.
Okay,
Is
let's
that
try again.
slightly
Yeah,
improved
just
low?
a little bit.
That felt good.
Yeah, sounded good. Yeah.
That's the one.
So the strike has moved a little bit more central.
Yeah.
You've hit it a little bit high on the face.
Yeah.
I think outside on grass that would drop.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think being on
just
mat,
on turf, it just bounces up a touch, doesn't it?
But that's more of what we would need.
Yeah. Okay.
And that last shot there was...
I think that was the best of the bunch so far.
It
wasn't
was. I mean, from a numbers point of view, 5/7 spin, that's going to be pretty much where you are with that head. With the landing angle being at 47, that's definitely going to start.
Yeah, just under 10 yards of carry. That's kind of plenty. Yeah, good enough stuff.
Yeah, I mean, 177 through the air is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's nice. A little bit heel side again, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's...
And again, spin rates are quite consistent, even when you do hit it out the heel. Yes, there's going to be a big drop off in distance, purely because the ball speed's going to drop.
Yeah.
But it's still spinning at 6,000.
Again, it's just low off the face. Felt skinny.
So I'm going to bring the swing weight down on this now. I have a feeling that we went a little bit too high with that.
Okay.
Because you were swinging it well when it was at D2.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight away he's... So that was a little bit low on ball speed, so it sounded a little bit necky again. But just take 2 or 3 just to get used to that. Yeah, that's nice. A little bit better.
It might be a little bit right, but
yeah.
No, that's pretty much
just
spot
held
on.
Its line a little bit.
That's I mean, that's the exact shape I'm really kind of looking to hit.
Yeah.
That little cut. 170. Okay, so
160 carry, 170 total.
Wasn't quite an optimal strike.
No. But I also do think, Johnny, that 1 degree flat is going to basically hold that line that little bit better.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've lost a lot of yardage there.
Yeah.
And it's all down to ball speed. Whereas if you look at the motor shaft, it was giving you 89. You know, your input is pretty good.
Yeah.
At 89 miles an hour. The output's pretty good, which is the ball speed. But if we look here, input's still the same. The output, you just can't load it. You just can't find the middle of the face. So I'm going to put that motor shaft back in.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. That was good.
Immediately the ball's up in the 125s.
Yeah, that's the kitty.
It's a centre strike, spinning at 5.8, 48 landing angle.
We've gone up to, carry's gone back up to around 180.
And
that ball speed increase is massive.
And again, because you're not a big spinner of the golf ball, the head also isn't designed to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, 5.8 for that head is probably about right.
Yeah.
You know, you were looking at 5.6 initially without any sort of tinkering.
Yeah.
Then we went to 5.7, and you're still at 5.7.
Still at 5.7.
So typically, with irrespective of shaft, the only thing that might kick that up a little bit would be swing weight. If I put loads of weight in there and you start loading the shaft more, you're going to kick it up a little bit more.
Okay.
But with the exception of the shot that went left there, and you can see that on the screen, everything is peeling back towards the target.
Yeah.
And this is where I feel that 1 degree flat instead of 2 will be even tighter.
Nudge it even closer to centre.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that line that you can see here, that one there, that's 5 yards from the middle.
Right, okay, yeah. Well, that's absolutely fine.
Right,
no
so we're not talking massive numbers.
Sure.
But it's the difference between you having a 10-foot putt or a 15-foot putt. So
I don't think that was a great strike, but
it wasn't. The ball speed was down.
Yeah.
But you still got the shape.
It's not the end of the world by any means.
So typically, the dispersion that I like to work with, and everyone fits different. The front to back dispersion on an iron is super important. And typically, as you know, most greens, depending where you play, they're 25 yards deep and probably about the same in width. As long as your front to back still means that you're putting, you're okay. What you don't want to be doing is obviously leaving them 30 yards short, 35 from a miss hit. But although it can happen, obviously, but so 123 ball speed, and we're back exactly
back
where.
It again, just 5 yards right.
Yeah. That's a really good strike. So that's one of the highest ball speeds we've had.
It stayed left.
And again, you just squared the club face up, which is why it stayed left. But that was 185 through the air. Well, 184, 5.5 spin, so the spin dropped, but the landing angle is still at 45. Now, we have to be realistic here. You'd be chipping that back onto the green. But you just didn't get the club under the ball. But that's that's lovely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely fine.
Okay, so it's just in that kind of 5 to
Absolutely
10
fine.
right.
I mean, if you look at that little tight bunch here,
Yeah.
that's pretty tidy.
Yeah.
It's this one here,
That's
the
on
one
the
that
one
started
outlier, yeah.
left. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hide it
Okay.
because I just want to see what that, I mean, that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
front to back here, you got 170 to 178.
Yeah.
If we look at the spin rates there, 5/8 spin, 47 land angle, and the strike is actually a little bit more central.
Yeah.
And that's the correction. When you see one going right, immediately you're going to send one left. So I'll tell you what I am going to do.
Okay.
Because, and I do this with a lot of my iron fits, because I want you to be able to experience or certainly feel what that would do hitting into a par 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come out of this screen and I'm going to set you up in a short game area.
Okay.
Now we've set this up so that the greens and the fairways are very much like we would find in England.
Yeah.
So the greens are sort of medium to firm.
Yeah.
The fairways are medium to firm.
Yeah.
But we've got this set, I think, at about 10 on the stim.
Okay.
So when you see the ball landing on the green, it's probably more of a true reflection of actually seeing it just on the range.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's the one that starts left and probably doesn't come back. Let's try. Okay.
Just short match.
There we go. Okay, so that's... You can actually see, you nearly hold it, but in the wrong flag. But
I mean, to be fair though, that is kind of what I'm thinking. Aim at that flag
and just peel it back.
and then peel it back. Yeah.
I don't think you need to go as far left as that.
Okay.
Because the ball was only moving about 5 yards
5
in the
yards,
air.
yeah.
I mean, if you look there,
Yeah.
that bottom right-hand box, that's only moved 2 yards.
Yeah.
There we go. Now, if that slides, come on, she's trying. But can you see how quickly that's stopping?
Yeah.
And that's just purely down to the spin and descent angle. Okay, that might land short and get there, but it's a much better line. That should catch a piece of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Get it going right. Okay, that's going to land a bit short.
A little bit
hop
short. Yeah.
on,
It wasn't a great strike, I have to say. But again, I'm not unhappy with where that's finished at all.
That's lovely. Good start line. A little bit short
Well, it's
again,
yeah.
but yeah, still putting.
So a very nice
If
members
that
bounce.
goes in, it'll be so disappointing. That sounded better.
Yeah.
There
And that's
she
coming
comes.
back.
Yeah, there we go. That's
the one.
That's more of what
Yeah.
I would expect.
That's the ideal.
But look at the numbers there.
Yeah.
125 ball, smash good.
Carry 183,
Yeah.
total 184.
So yeah, I think from a fitting point of view,
Yeah.
I love the shaft.
Mhm.
It launches high enough for you.
Yeah.
The spin rates aren't ridiculously high.
No.
The landing angle's pretty good.
Yeah.
And from what we saw earlier, the strike is actually quite central.
Yeah.
So even from a length point of view, I think standard
Yeah.
works. Only 1 degree flat though.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of 2.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. We were talking about kind of my average carry distances with my current set.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at about 165. So
Yeah.
that last one, for example,
Yeah.
wasn't a particularly good shot, but I mean, it's only missed out by about 4 yards.
When you hit it good, it carries about between 175 and 183.
Yeah.
And
Which is a great
look,
place to be.
these clubs are new to you.
Yeah, yeah.
You hadn't hit them before.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little bit of time just to get used to
Just
that
to
new
adjust.
swing weight,
Yeah.
but also how the club actually interacts with the ground, because your clubs, I'm assuming, being standard or upright, I don't know what they are.
They were 1 degree upright, I think.
So starting it left,
Yeah.
you would see it going left potentially
Yeah.
from that line. So at least they're starting left and coming back.
Coming back, yeah. Which is
a desired shot
yeah,
shape.
which is what I want. Just want to hit that little fade.
Perfect.
Lovely.
Johnny was fit for the PXG GEN7 0311P 40 pitching wedge irons with a stiff NS Pro motor shaft. 1 degree flat as well. That's Callaway and PXG ticked off. It's time for them to go head to head. We'll see you at the next video.